Hello everyone, it's Lillian here from Stamper's Niche, and I'm so glad you could join me tonight. I am one of the things that I am really missing is going through a new catalog together with other people. So my goal tonight is to go through it, but also watch your comments and see what you're picking up and the things that you like. Now, those of you who know me are already laughing because you know how difficult it is for me to talk and do something and read comments. But I am going to do my best tonight to do that. So my website is right here. And if you're placing an order, and it's less than $200, if you could use that hostess code, I'd really appreciate it. But let's just take a look. Now, if you have your catalog, I would love it if you would go through it with me. If you don't have a catalog, then you can see it online here. But if you live in Canada, contact me and I will get it to you. So, Karen, you miss doing it with friends too. I know everybody sees something different in the catalog. And so I love feeding off of each other like that. So that's my goal tonight, is to do a little feeding off. And I score one. I noticed your comment, Karen. So first off, I love, love, love this cover. And it is that alcohol technique that's so big in the crafting world. And I know Karen's done it. She's done an excellent workshop on it. So something I am going to try soon. So, I just love the colors, and just makes my heart happy. And we're going to keep going. Now, one of the things that I always say is, read the fine print in your catalog. I say that you almost need a lesson in how to read the catalog. So on page 4, right down at the bottom are some symbols. And those symbols come in pretty handy at different points. The N means it's new. The little tulips we're going to talk about some of these others, but pay attention to the fine print. And then, I just love the color. And of course, especially at this time of year when it's not green yet, but it is getting close. Here is where we usually see our kits, and what you are seeing the paper pumpkin one. Stampin' Up! Is doing something different with kits this year. And I'm just going to say, stay tuned, because we will be telling you more about that later. So now this is our first suite. Now, Stampin' Up! Excels at coordination, and suites are an example of their coordination. It's how everything works together: the stamps, the dies, the paper, the embellishments, all that kind of thing. So this is the very first one in the catalog, and a couple of things to notice when you're looking at a suite page. One is usually there's a bundle on that page. So if you love the stamp set and you'd want the dies as well, you can get them together as a bundle and save 10%. And I don't know about you, but I love saving money. So that's a bonus for me. The paper is absolutely gorgeous. It's like watercolors and then photographs taken of it. It covers all seasons of the year. This whole suite does. Now, usually I know I show you the designer paper. I'm not going to tonight. I'm going to save that for another time so I don't get too long. Now, if you love everything in the suite, you can actually, for ease of ordering, enter this, and everything on this page, and it lists it here, is ordered. So this doesn't give you a discount other than the bundle in it is already giving you a discount. It's just the ease of ordering, but it's pretty handy if you fall in love with a whole suite like that. So let's move I was going to show you some. Good thing I write myself little notes. Now, this is one suite I have several samples of. I'm not going to do this with every suite, but here is the star here is the designer paper and the stamp set. I love, love, love the words in this stamp set. Friendships refresh the soul. Isn't that just so true? If you can get together with a friend, you are refreshed. Here, I just cut a piece out of the designer paper to make this card. That's how easy that was. This one, This one I included because I wanted you to remember that samples of things are found in other places in the catalog. Monday night, I'm just going to turn while I'm talking, hopefully. Monday night on my Facebook Live, I was asking you to look for samples of the gift bags, the in-color gift bags, and you guys showed that you were great detectives. Well, this card here is actually cased right from the catalog right here. And this section of the catalog is showing the bundles, and so they show a brand new sample that you can take advantage of right there. And then again here, the designer paper is the star of that. A lot of you saw that on my Facebook page when I was asking you what color to use. And then I just fell in love. This is with the slimline card. Let me just put it that way because my camera's a little low. But this is the paper. Isn't that gorgeous? And again, well, I'm kind of in love with that that saying. And then these little birds are part of the dies, and their wings even lift up. So absolutely gorgeous things in that suite there. So let's move on. Oh, right down here. Good thing I wrote myself notes. This stamp set is actually available in a bundle in the mini catalog, and the mini catalog is still available. You can still order from it until the end of June. So if you like this and the coordinating die, and if you look down here, it tells you that there is a coordinating die that goes with it. Bundles seldom carry forward, but the items will carry forward. So this is excellent for remembering that there is something that coordinates this, number one. Number two, if you like that 10% saving, go to the mini catalog and order it before the end of June. Karen, you're saying you're bad for looking just at the samples and the stamps and dies and not at the hints and tips. Oh, do you know what? I do what you do first. That's exactly what I do initially. But then I go back and I start to read all the little fine print things. And it's amazing what information is there. And here's this little clock. This little clock is showing how you can do it quickly or step it up a little bit. See, step it up, simplify or step it up. The choice is yours, and they're all gorgeous. So let's go on again. Here is another one of those little symbols. This symbol stands for the fact that the stamp is reversible. You can use both sides of the stamp. So one side has the detail, one has the outline. So I've used this to like put water in there or whatever. Same with this. So every time you see that symbol, it's a reversible stamp. So let's keep moving on. So now this is the Pansy Petal Suite, which is, so far has been the big best seller when from the pre-order. So look at all the different samples here. This has gorgeous, gorgeous things. Again, it's got a bundle. Here's one of the samples of the gift bags. And this one here, they embossed. I don't know if you can see. They used an embossing folder on the gift bag there. So look at the fine details even in the samples and see what inspires you. Now, I do not have this set, but I've been fortunate enough to have a few people swap with me, and I shared some cards on Monday night's Facebook Live. So I'm going to share some different ones here. Now, the paper from this suite contains a lot of the in colors. So you'll see again some of the new in colors here. Now, Rhonda McLeod sent me this card, and look at the little bumblebee. Isn't that so cute? Just adds to it, and the stamping and all that. Just love it. This card here is from one of my downline and good friends, Diana, and look at how it opens. I like that. Just a neat fold. And these she cut right out of the paper. The dies cut the designs right out of the paper. And they've shown that by putting a die here. So if you notice, I'm bad for not noticing that, but they're trying to make that very obvious this year. And the leaf die cuts the leaves from the designer paper. So that's a really neat thing. And here I do have the designer paper. So I use the designer paper and some other stamps, and I use some of the in color ribbon, and I cut it into 3 pieces. So here, this is it. It's all in one. I showed you again that Monday night, but I cut it in 3 pieces and made it kind of frayed. and I just love that look there. And then one of the jewels, which I'm really rationing because I hardly have any left and they're on back order. So let's keep going on here now. But oh, one of the things that I always notice in a catalog is word sets. And one of the word sets that's really got me hooked and it's on my wish list is Lighthearted Lines. If you like some fun word sets, this one here is excellent. So lending you an ear and keeping a straight face and just so on. So do look at different things like that. I'm curious, what attracts you? Is it the images? Is it the words? Or is it the samples that attract you? Here's another one that is a word stamp set that caught my eye right off the bat. And I was going to say, how many different combinations can you make? Because you've got these big flowy fonts and then these blocky ones, and they work so well together. So you could say create together or amazing, you're forever amazing, or, you know, you could just keep going. So lots of fun with that. And let's go over here. Now, many of you know how in love I was in the mini catalog with the mini messages bundle. So again, this is like the set I was showing you earlier. This is here and the die is here, but the bundle is in the mini catalog. So if you want the bundle, go there. And this is another stamp set that goes with that die. I'm so excited. I love this. I do several, and then I've got words for any occasion. Carmen, you usually see the images first, but fonts catch your attention. Yes, me too. Just that's how it goes. And then I see things later on that I didn't see at all to begin with. And then this here, even though this is a bundle that's in the mini catalog, it carried forward as a bundle. Now, I think one of the reasons was that the punch was on back order for so long and it is now in stock, so they're letting you still get it as a bundle. Karen, you like how that mixes up the fonts on the sentiments? I do too. I love that look, and here that is again right here. So let's flip over here. This is the In the Wild suite. Now I have to say, this suite, I kind of looked at it and went, I'm not so sure. But it does have rich colors. It's very trendy. If you could get in a store right now, you would see that animal prints and tigers and all of this kind of thing are very, very trendy. So we could look very trendy if we made our cards like that. And you'll notice again some packaging here. It's a bundle, and fabulous paper. And if you didn't want like one side of the paper, there's the other side. Embossing folder, that's really, really neat. And notice again the dies on the paper. They cut out the images. So that's just something to be aware of. And here, I thought, oh, I'm getting one tree set. I don't need two, but I know that I'm caving. I love this. It's actually, the bundle doesn't have, it cuts out the trees, but it doesn't stamp the trees. The bundle has these fabulous words with it. It is so amazing. Now, a friend of mine gave me a card, and here it is here. So it's inspired by this card here. The trees are here. I was assembling this card and I didn't have these stamps, so I used something different. And then when you open it up, it's a see-through card. And then this paper here is absolutely gorgeous. Where to write? Well, you could write here or on the back. So that's part of a class that she and I are doing this on Saturday. So that's why I have that. Okay, what do I like on this page? I am in love with this spinner thing. I just love it. I think I had a Viewmaster or something when I was a kid, and I still like those kinds of things. You love that tree card? Isn't it gorgeous, Karen? It's making me want to buy that that bundle, and I see I'm getting a reflection. Let's see if I can move that out of the way. There we go. So here's about some, again, read the fine print. Faux stitching is a fun look, and it's easy to add with stitched dies. Then this cute little turtle. In fact, I was thinking, wouldn't this little turtle look cute spinning around in here? I just, well, can you tell that I'm going to be doing something with that spinny thing? There we go. And over here is a suite that also caught my eye right off the bat. It's called You're a Peach. And I know that I love the colors. Well, I also love peaches. I love these little jars. And again, there's a die set that cuts it out. And if you've been paper crafting for long, you will know that the dies have improved so much. They cut so beautifully and release the dies so much better than they used to. So there is that is on my wish list there. So here again is some fine print. See this little thumbtack kind of thing? It's here's a point. Here's a tip for you. Adding shading to your image by inking a stamp, then adding ink in a darker color with a sponge dauber on the edges. So it's almost like a teaching tip kind of thing. So yeah, that should be arriving any day here. And then there is this suite here. It's called Simply Elegant, and it truly is. And I will be showing the paper another time. This paper is amazing. I had a client contact me the other day and say, my son is getting married and they want elegant wedding cards. What shall I do? I said, well, the first thing that pops into my mind is to take a look at these pages right here. And again, they teach you along the way. I put that there to remind me. Different ways you can use the punch other than a regular way. So you can cut your cardstock to 1 3/4 inches and just punch one end and have it longer, or punch both ends, or all kinds of things. So there are tons of tips. So read the fine print. And I do have one sample. I have the paper, but I don't have the stamp set or bundle yet. But the paper alone, I've just folded this paper here over to get this in here, and then the gold on top, and then there's gold cord and these new little embellishments. So just some fun stuff. And you see the cords here. The cord comes in silver and gold, and it's just so much fun. This card here, someone said, and I forget who said it, but if you're a plant parent, or you know somebody who's a plant parent, this might be a good set to get for them. I don't know about you. I'm not very good with plants. My husband is an avid gardener. I'm an avid enjoyer of the garden. In fact, I just threw a few house plants out today. They died under my care. But look at this. There's even a die for the macrame plant hanger. Some of you, it's all back on trend right now. I remember doing these way back in the day, and so it's come back around. So that's another fabulous suite. So let's keep going. And I know that all these tabs have made you nervous, but I'm not going to dawdle. I'm just kind of scooting right through and having an overview here. And let's see, this one here. I wanted to show you this. Now, this is a different kind of thing. It's a die, but it makes stitch marks. So it's called Stitched Greenery Die. So take a close look at what it does here. And then they're using it on this card here as well. So take a good look at that. And well, this background in here, that's a diorama type of card. And again, that's a new die that is, I think, going to see lots of use. We'll come to that in a bit. So let's flip over the Christmas. Now you might say, well, there's not much in the way of Christmas in this catalog. There is some though, and this is one suite that I love. I love the paper, I love the stamps, I love the dies, I love the samples, I love what comes with it, all that kind of thing. Now, we were supposed to have a mini catalog coming the beginning of July, which would contain a lot of Christmas things. And we were also supposed to have a new new I want to say Stamping Staycation is the wrong thing. Celebration, a new celebration time. But because world shipping, not just Stampin' Up, but world shipping is so delayed, it's pushed back, and that's all going to happen in August. So in August, there will be a new mini catalog. There will also be a new celebration catalog. So be looking for that then. And those of you that I told that it would be coming in July, just push it back in your heads a little bit farther. And again, the other thing, read the fine print. Most stamps are shown to size, but a few are not. They're just too big. This is shown at 50%. So this is actually bigger. Here's what one of them looks like in full size. This one is shown at 60%. So don't get too caught off guard like that. Take a good look at that kind of thing. And look, did you see this punch? Let me just hold it up a little closer. It punches out pine trees in a row. Isn't that neat? I just love it. Okay, and moving along. Does this look familiar? This is what is on the front cover and the back cover of the catalog. So that's why it looks familiar. It is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous in capital letters. The fonts and the words are gorgeous. The stamps are gorgeous. The dies are gorgeous. But I think more than anything, the designer paper is out of this world. It has even gold flecks running through it, that kind of thing. So you're going to have to come back when I do the designer paper and see that in real life, because it is amazing. All right, let's turn the page to here. This is another bundle, and I actually have a couple of samples, so I just want to show it to you before I go flipping by. One I showed you on Monday. It's one of the little gift bags, so and where I stamped the tissue paper and everything and then embossed the bag so you could put a little gift in there. Now the gift bags, you could hold cards too, right? And then this is one in the Evening Evergreen, and this uses a really neat die here that makes that edge. So you'll be seeing me use that more too. So now let's flip over, and again, another suite that is gorgeous. So let me just move my paper out of the way. Now this is a two-step stamp. So you can stamp the outline, and then you can stamp images inside, like this would stamp inside of that, and this would stamp on top of that. So you can get two colors very easily. This is also a distinctive stamp. Distinctive means it has lights and darks and has shading already built right into the stamp. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So again, read the fine print. Anything is possible. Feel better, friend. Congratulations. Thanks. Beautiful. So I received one of those cards made with this stamp here in a swap from Pam McLean, and you can see how she's used the two steps here and just done a beautiful job using the pale papaya and the soft succulent colors. And there's that little bee again. All right, and at the class on Saturday, so if you're in the class Saturday, you've got your kit, you know this paper's going to be in it. If you don't want to see this, cover your eyes. But this is one of the cards we're making in the class Saturday using the paper. So it's just a way you can see a little bit of the other side of the paper here, and it goes like that. So gorgeous, gorgeous paper again. And then over here, this is so on trend, this spiral die stamp. And again, this is important to read the little fine print here. It gives you the technique. So it's saying stamp it once this way, then take your stamped image off, turn it 180 degrees. In other words, turn it around, so the top's at the bottom and the bottom's at the top, and put it down in the same spot. Stamp it again with another color and you can get 2 tones. Now, I haven't had a chance to do that yet. It's on my to-do list, but I have been able to stamp it once and then turned it into a card. And it stamps great. It stamps beautifully with the Stamparatus. I would highly recommend it. You can also stamp it using the big, oh, I forgot the name of the block. Is it the H block? It's the biggest block that comes anyway. So that's, again, just a way to show that you're very trendy. And I've got plans to make a t-shirt out of this, and I've got plans to do all kinds of things. So let's go right through to what's called the color collections. So this is, the meat and potatoes in some ways, because this is where you find your paper, see, cardstock, your ink refill. So if you're buying a stamp pad, you always want to buy the ink refill, because then your stamp pad's going to be good basically almost for life. This is also where you buy the Stampin' blends. So it's in a chart format. So say, for example, you were wanting Melon Mambo blends. You just follow the lines down and that's what you get. So we've got our 4 color families: the brights, the neutrals, the regals, the subtles, and then we have our basics, our black, very vanilla, and white. And then down here we have our in colors. So these are the trendy colors that just come for 2 years. These came out last year and they're here for 1 more year, and they're gorgeous. And I am totally in love with the ones that came out this year. So those of you who are watching, how do you feel about the new in colors? Is it a yay or a nay? And I'm just going to flip over and notice that I have an exclamation mark on this page. Sue, you like that I'm pointing out the fine print? Thanks. I must say that it's only in recent years I've been smart enough to start reading the fine print, and it's amazing what is there. Carmen loves the in colors. Oh, Sue's clapping for everybody's loving the new in colors. Yes. And Sue, did you notice I read your words? Sue knows that that's a challenge for me. So exclamation mark. If you are wanting a good deal on, say, the Brights cardstock, you can get an assortment of cardstock here. Or if you're wanting maybe all of the ink refills for the Brights, you can get them all here. And the same with the stamp pads and so on. So if you want, say, all of the new stamp pads, I'm just trying to get my eyes in focus. Sheets, stamp pads, there they are. So here's the newest in colors. Here's the stamp pads. You get all 5 for $46 when you buy them here. Whereas if you buy them individually, they are more money. So you can save money. So watch this page. So you kind of bundle your stuff together on this page. The other neat thing on this page is the color, some of the coloring tools here, and these are brand new pastels. Have any of you played with these pastels? Some of you I know were able to order right away. I'm wondering how you're feeling about those. I'm really curious about them. And let's flip over the page here. These are the designer papers. Now, every year, Stampin' Up, we say, these papers are the best yet, and I'm saying it again. These papers are the best yet. They are truly, truly amazing. And what I love about them is that if one side is busy, the other side is plain. And so how you read this, how you look at designer papers in the catalog, I'll point up here. This is the front and back of one piece. This is the front and back of another piece, and so on. So you're seeing the front and back put together like that. And gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Just so much fun. And oh, this here. I said I wasn't going to show you a bunch of paper, but I am going to show you a couple of things from this page. There are a couple of new things that I am in love with. One is this number 4 one, the Ombre Specialty Paper. Now, the Ombre Specialty Paper is like the glimmer paper, the rainbow glimmer paper, but ombre. So, and it doesn't shed. It's kind of smooth to the touch. In fact, if you're a tactile person and love feeling things, you could get addicted to that. But it's so ombre and tie-dye, those are big things right now. And look at these. So there's that. If I do that, you can see the whole ombre color, right? And that. And oh, I know a few of you are in awe. So which one of these, the purple, the blue, the yellow, or the orangey coral color, which one do you like the best? I happen to like all of them. I think I just love them. But which one of those do you like the best? That would be neat to know. The other thing I want to share with you is the Shimmer Vellum. And I know I shared it the other night, but some of you weren't there the other night. So the Shimmer Vellum, you like it all, Lynn? Yes, I like it all too. This is vellum, so it's sort of see-through, see? But it's colored, and then it sparkles. Doesn't get much better than that. And I made some flowers, the daisies with these the other night, Monday night. And again, they're all in the in colors. So do take a look at some of the things that, like stamps and dies and punches, they catch your eyes right off the bat. But some of these other things, they are just so much fun. So don't neglect them at some point. I mean, every time I go through the catalog, I'm looking at a different thing. So just remember to maybe try to change what you're looking for. Now, I'm just going to show these here. Everything is fabulous here, but I just made these, so, you know, I have to share them. It also shows the ribbon. These are little thank you tags. So this uses the contour and color dies, the dies from that set, and it's the smallest die, and then done like that, and then it's just a little tag that you could loop on another ribbon, and then the flowers finish it off. Now I could even put a pearl or a rhinestone in there, but there it is in fresh freesia. I'm still trying to say that word properly. Evening evergreen, pale papaya, polished pink, and soft succulent. So I saw this idea shown by another demonstrator named Peggy No, or something like that. And I just had to try it. I fell in love with it. So I had to share it then. That's one of the things I love to do, is share what I do. And so it's all good. You like the coral, best friend? Yes, that is a gorgeous, rich color. So let's flip over to here. Gorgeous embellishments and even some brads, and they're in black and white. So take a good look at that. Over here, one of the reasons I bookmarked this is just like where I showed you with the die bundles, the punch bundles. They show the punch bundle, so you can buy the punch on its own or in a bundle. And save the money, and then it tells you what page to find this coordinating stamp set. And then we've got new samples over here. So you find samples everywhere in the catalog. In fact, I have earmarked so many samples that I want to copy. So in other words, casing the catalog. So I'm just wondering, do you have any samples, any sample in particular that you want to case from the catalog? Maybe tell me the page number or the stamp set it uses or whatever. So here we have the die cutting machines. We have the big and the small, and they're fabulous. The one thing to point out is that the specialty plate, if that is what you need for the 3D embossing folders, the thick embossing folders. So whether you have the old Big Shot or the new die cut machines, you need that, or you have to make some shims. And you know, for the price of this, it's just much easier to use this. You may have bought one of these, number 7, what's the official name? Specialty plate. Before this gray one came out, and it was blue, and it is the same. So don't worry that it's not the same. The blue one is the same. And let's flip over to here. Again, this is where you're going to find your die bundles and more samples, and we've visited that a little bit. Over here, this is where, remember I showed you this one right here, and I showed more uses of these dies on Monday night. I first of all looked at this and thought, I don't need it. And then I started seeing samples, and then of course I needed it. Does that ever happen to you? Happens to me all the time. Also to look for, if you see mini beside it, it means these dies fit in both machines, the big and the little. So another small print thing to be aware of. And let's flip over here. Another set of dies that I did get right away was the tailor-made tags. I just love them, and they have the little reinforcements too. And in fact, the dies that cut the reinforcements cut several at one time so that you can be all set. So I'm going to show you one card that does that. So here I've got the little tags on here. Do you recognize this paper? That's back from the very beginning, right? This is baker's twine. Comes a whole I think it's 4 colors in a package. So you've got a selection, and I just love that too. And I don't know if I can, do you see the little reinforcement there? So it just ties it all together. Would look wonderful sponged. Carmen, I see you on here, and I know you would do fabulous things with that. I can just see you doing stuff like that. And so now I've kept you likely long enough. I just want to touch on a couple of other things. Right now, there's Stampin' Up! Has a special on joining. So you get $206 worth of product for $135. So I've been talking about that. If that's new to you, give me an email, a call, whatever, and we can chat. The other thing is when you host a party, and you can host your own, and can the person still order the dragonfly? I saw your comment come up, Judy, and now I gotta find it because I didn't read the whole thing. Maybe if someone else can see Judy's comment, then you could answer that for her. And otherwise, Judy, I'm going to answer it when it's over. No magnetic plate, Sue, you're asking? No, there was a magnetic plate, as you know, and it was in the last catalog. And although it had passed all the quality tests, once Stampin' Up! Ordered a lot of them, the quality went downhill, and it just didn't measure up. And so they're still working on that. So there's no magnetic plate, and I haven't used it now for a while, and just using a Post-it note or washi tape or painter's tape that I tap on my jeans a few times to take some of the sticky off, and I use that, and it's working just fine. So thanks for asking that question. And there is a special if you host a party right now. So you get Stampin' rewards when you host a party, and you can host your own. You can just put everything on a big order and host it for yourself, or gather orders from a few friends. And when you do that, you also have the opportunity to get a few things at a discount price. You don't have to order from here, but you can, and it's a discount price. So there's this stamp set here, and this gorgeous one here. And again, read the fine print. It's shown at 60%, as is this one. And then this one is shown at 60% as well. So they've shown up, they usually show one at 100 and then the rest. And then something they have never included as a hostess reward is designer paper. This is gorgeous paper. It's colored on one side, black and white on the other. And you all know black and white paper is so much fun to work with. And guess how many sheets are in here? 48 sheets for only $24. So it's a $40 value. So that is amazing. So I don't know about you, but I am absolutely loving the new catalog. Stuck on in colors. So again, if you're looking for my website, it is here. My hostess code is here. And I have 2 questions for you. One is, What would you like me to feature in upcoming Facebook Lives or classes from this catalog? And so is it a bundle, or is it a suite, or is it a die, or what's one thing you would like me to feature? And the other thing is, we're all excited, and I would love you to tell me one thing that you're going to tell your family and friends that you're excited about from this catalog. I know that lots of you chat with family and friends about the catalog. What is one thing that you're going to tell them you're excited about? For me, it's the Peach Suite, I forget the actual name of it now. Let me just use my handy dandy index. It is You're a Peach Suite. I am loving that and those little jars, but I'm loving tons of other things. So that is my catalog walkthrough. I will be featuring more things in upcoming Facebook Lives, but I wanted to just go through it with you and share the fine print. So thanks for joining me. Take care and bye-bye.